Forgive us, we're 3 minutes late. But um, please let's share the feed and then we can get started. So please check your phones, check your PCs, and just share the feed and let's do this. We please, as usual, to come your way again, and we don't take you for granted at all. Whatever we have doing on weekends, we always have to fit in the Evan into it. I mean, it's it's non-negotiable. So thank you for always joining us. Thank you for always bringing across your insights and all, and we really appreciate you. So let's get started. As usual, when you join us, let us know you're with us. Say hello to us, and we'll draw you into the conversation. Even if you don't want to be drawn into the conversation, just say hello or just say hi, and that should be fine. Okay, it's always good to have it very interactive. Okay, so um, today I wouldn't ask Prissy for a topic, and because I came with a topic. Awesome. And but it's a question and it's targeted mostly towards. I had a very rather interesting discussion with some colleagues at work, and I'm going to throw the question out there, and it's aligned with the topic of cheating. If I want to pronounce it well, cheating, like cheating, right? Okay, so forgive me if I go cheating instead of cheating. Okay, maybe cheating is for Africans and cheating is for all the others. Now, um, a rather interesting perspective came up, right? Where I thought that people shouldn't just give room to it, right? It's more of this was how the discussion was going, and um, the perspective I got from one lady is that you will do yourself a lot of good if you take it as something that might happen or will happen and learn to live with it. And I thought, I mean, because usually cheating is attributed to guys, right? And so I was like, oh, learn to live with it. Like, how do you live with it? It's, I don't think personally, and I'm being very blunt, I can forgive cheating or cheating. I don't think I can forgive. I don't know. God asks us to forgive each other, blah blah blah. I don't think I can wrap my mind around that. But it looks like from that lady's perspective, it should be something that people should learn to live with. And she actually mentioned that most ladies have come to terms with that, and so they are able to just live with it and move on and try to forgive the man and so on and so forth. Some men, I guess, are also in the same soup and have learned to live with it. Prissy, first of all, do you think it's again? I feel weird speaking about this because it's more like I'm going straight against the Bible, which admonishes us to forgive, right? But personally, I think it would be a really difficult thing to forgive. In fact, maybe God knows that it's one of the tough ones to forgive. That's why that is one of the grounds on which you can leave a marriage, right? Prissy, do you think it is really an easy thing to forgive? Okay, maybe it's not easy, but do you think it's forgivable? Guys, when you join us, shoot a hello, shoot a hi, and you can always chime in with your input. Do you think it's really forgivable, or there would always be something left in there that you always hold on to and all?
Hmm. This
Yeah,
this
this
is
is a big one.
a
Yeah,
tough one.
yeah.
Um, I think for some people, they
Okay,
can. Some people are easily forgiven, right?
okay,
Naturally,
okay,
yes. So it would come easily to them,
okay,
yeah, to forgive.
okay,
There are some that will forgive but will still not forget. So you can forgive and try and forget everything.
okay,
You can
okay,
also forgive and not forget.
okay.
Because forgiveness doesn't always mean that
You should forget about it,
you
right?
you 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 forgive the person and
Okay.
then try and pretend nothing happened.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
can forgive someone and,
Yeah.
and still go your like find somewhere and pass.
No, okay, okay.
Part ways.
So in this situation, it was more of not going your separate ways.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackson, good to have you. Thanks for joining us as usual. And Joseph, thanks for joining us. Joseph is saying that it's not easy to forgive. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do-
But some
do
people naturally, for some reason, I don't know, but there are some people who can naturally
okay.
they will say that, okay, so someone can say I forgive you,
Yeah.
but maybe something will come up and the person will remind you that you remember this thing you did.
Yes.
The person is going to use this like a blackmail all the time. Like even when we are probably discussing something that hasn't got
anything
anything to do with
with
the
it, it will
cheating.
be, yeah, it will be brought back.
Yes, and maybe that is when the person tries to bring you down. You may have you may be
Genuinely
remorseful and you have
repented. Yeah.
repented and
Yeah.
all that, but
Yeah.
it would linger. It would come up again in other issues. But there are some that
Yeah.
they have made up their mind, like the lady said.
Yeah.
You see it as part of life. And so there are some women that even if you tell them that I have a spouse um who doesn't cheat, they'll tell you that you be there. One day you come with it's like it is expected.
Right.
So
So
for them,
in their minds.
yeah,
Yeah.
if it happens, it's part of life. It's
Yeah.
just like drinking water. So I shouldn't feel emotionally down or something. It happens. Like it's
Okay.
normal. So for such people, it would be very easy. I won't say it would be easy, but compared to somebody
Do
who
they
has
really forgive, or they just have the principle of acceptance and say that, okay, whatever happens, I would accept? Because it could be that those people don't necessarily forgive. They will just keep it as part of the record and say that, okay, I've been told that is what is to be expected.
and so some people have developed that attitude in a marriage where they are
Okay.
like roommates. So
Right.
at the end of the day, you see that the affection is not there. They are just
Absolutely.
like, okay, marriage is for better for worse. So I am no longer emotionally attached to my spouse. I'm just living with, we are just like roommates.
Yeah.
So because of these issues that have come up, they are just there, like his brother and sister. Nothing really happens, but they are there, like they are married.
In that case, would it not be wiser to go your separate ways? What's the point?
Sometimes they do it for the sake of the kids, and
Okay.
and they are like, okay, I'm leaving this cheating spouse. What if I move to the next person? How sure? Because in their mind,
Exactly.
that
Standard.
it is normal. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I would leave this and then
Yeah.
go and face it somewhere, the same challenge somewhere else. So I would rather stay here. And
How long will you keep the offense? Yeah, exactly. But I think such things are easier said than done, right? So again, like for example, how long? Like there is someone you've been with all your life, you've committed your life to the person, and you expect that the person also does same. If the person know how people find it easy to just say you are letting go. Maybe they were not in it fully, right? If your heart wasn't really in the whole thing fully, or you were also finding your way around.
we have pre-programmed. Yeah. So if let's say I come from a house where I see my parents, like my dad cheating on my mom, or my mom.
Yeah.
For me, it's like in my mind, it's ingrained there that it's part of life. You see, so it might not. It's just like maybe you are practicing a religion and say you can marry for.
Correct.
You might not be happy about it, but it's a norm.
Yeah,
You see,
absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
so it's like
That's that as well.
it's
Yeah.
a norm.
Yeah.
Like I am in what I practice. A man can marry for. So even if my husband is picking a second
Yeah.
wife or a third
Right.
wife, it's not that I'm happy about it, but
Right.
because I see it as a norm, I accept it. It
But
becomes acceptable to you.
does that not impact the depth to which people commit in marriages? You get what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
so yeah, it
if I
does.
feel that oh, this thing, anything can happen. Like, let's say you are on a track, right? You are on any track, pickup track, right? You are behind it. You have a number of people, and you've heard that this track at the speed it is going usually crashes. Okay, when you are like that in there, chances are that as you are in the bucket of the track, you are watching how to jump if something happens, if a crash happens, right? So there is no full commitment there. Like, maybe that's why people cannot go into marriage fully and expect that, hey, I am in it with you for life, right? Because they're looking at, okay, if this happens, I'll jump out. This happens, because if I the same way, and guys, sorry, I'm not throwing guys under the bus, right? But usually it is not expected, but it is believed that it is guys that go out of their marriages and cheat on their spouses. But I asked one of them a question. How is it that guys cannot um, wrap their minds around their spouses cheating to be a norm? You get what I mean? So let's assume that cheating is a norm in marriages, or cheating is a norm in relationships. How is it that we wouldn't have, or it is not easy for guys to also settle or come to terms with the fact that women can also or should also cheat, right? So I think that the whole thing of cheating being a norm is out of place, right? It could be that um, people would push out an argument that, oh, men are not are created naturally polygamous and all. I mean, they are all absolute trash, right? If someone would dedicate their whole lives to you, to be with you, why would you want to break their hearts? I might be overly sensitive about this topic or whatever attached to this topic, but why would you want to break their heart and you still expect them to commit to you? So when we watch movies, and like, especially in the African movies, and someone goes to cheat on the spouse and the person puts like rat poison in the other person's food, then it's to be expected, right? That's a huge heartbreak. Someone has given their whole lives to you, committed to you, and you decide that, okay, it doesn't mean anything to you. So, Prissy, coming back to you, if um let's say that someone mistakenly, again, it sounds funny, right? Yeah, like mistakenly cheats on someone. How can you, all the process that lines up for you to cheat on someone, it cannot really be a mistake, right? But if someone mistakenly ends up cheating on the spouse, would you suggest giving a second chance, like a second opportunity? If knowing very well that forgiveness is a tough thing, you might not really forgive you. It would always come back in one way or the other.
I think it's mainly how you process the one who has been cheated on processes stuff. If you feel that
the cheatee.
yeah, there's
Yeah, sorry, just continue. Yeah,
how
yeah,
you process things, because
yeah.
if you feel that that thing might impact your mental
Mm,
stability, because you might think of doing all sort of horrible things to the person. I think
right.
it is better for you to rather leave.
But Prissy,
But
sometimes the problem is you don't even know how it would impact you.
Yeah, so I'm saying that you won't know, but
Yeah.
if it impacts you in that way, then I think that your best option is to, if you feel that you can't forgive, and you are in a state where you are thinking of revenging in all sort of
Ways, yeah.
even maybe putting like the right
Rat
platform
poison,
there.
yeah.
I think the best way is to, as for the forgiveness, I feel that, yeah, forgiveness you should, because God admonishes us to forgive. Like I
Yeah,
said,
correct.
you cannot.
Yeah.
It is not that when you forgive, it means that you are going back to the person. You can forgive and decide to stay with the person, and forgive and move away, because you'll be doing more harm to yourself if you decide not to forgive at all.
No, so
Because
that's where my problem is.
yes,
Can someone really forgive and forget as if nothing has happened?
no,
And stay with the person?
yes, some people do that.
Oh,
There are people who do that.
okay.
There are people who stay with, but sometimes things come up, and then you ask the person who has forgiven, and you think
Yeah,
that has forgotten.
yeah.
Things might come up, and the person will start telling you things that he or she has experienced in the past.
Exactly. So,
So
is it a real thing? Like,
forgetting will be, unless maybe there's something that can be used to wipe that memory out of your
yeah,
brain.
forgetting might be a mental problem.
It'll be hard,
yeah.
but you have to consciously decide to close. If you don't
Okay,
want,
okay.
you have to
I have a quick question. Okay, so if someone does something against you, okay, and you forgive the person, it is assumed that you will let go, correct? And you not make any reference to it, correct?
For me, I don't believe that, because
So you have to make reference to it.
if you don't remember it, you might give the person the opportunity to do the same thing again.
Then it means it.
So sometimes
Okay, okay,
it is not
yeah.
everything you let go. There are some that you have to note it down, so that when you start seeing signs,
Oh, God.
you act fast.
No, so it goes to say that people can't really let it go. Is that what it means? Or the
No,
thing that
you can let that one go, like let it slide, right?
oh,
Because there are some people who are repeat offenders.
yes, exactly. So
Yes.
if you say you've let it go and
Yeah,
the
you can
person
let that
and the
first
person
one
does
slide.
it again,
And so then you know that the
oh,
person is not
I have
remorseful,
I,
or the
I think
person hasn't
something
repented.
I think I just got something in this regard. So it's just like you do something against the state, right? So you are like arrested for DUI, driving under the influence, and you go to court, and the judge says that, hey, I'll let it go. You are forgiven. It doesn't mean that record of that will not be with the court system, so that when you come back, you would constantly be reminded of what you did wrong. So I think that changes my thought process then. It means that people can actually forgive you. Just